This is JGN Television Channel.
Welcome to the New Year's Eve celebration of the century. This is not 24 hours until the birthday. This is not 24 years until the new year. This is it. This is 24 hours until the new year.
Hello everybody, I'm John Good, and welcome to the 24 hours until the new year, the recap special. As you may don't know why, this is not a new episode of a 24 regular episode of 24 hours until the new year. So this is a recap. This is going to be a YouTube exclusive. But this episode was a follow-up. This season is a follow-up. Anyway, today's episode is all... I have to read the teleprompter next time because... Teleprompter, can you read it properly? Good. Okay, this is a Mr. Teleprompter guy. Okay, this episode is a follow-up video for the last episode. I will start it back in the day, back in the last weekend or late last weekend. Is that Disneyland and in California and JGN Studios in Maryland is located. They have two time zones. Is JGN's New Year's Eve 2024 or NYE 24. If you wanted it caught up, you must look under the 24 hours until the new year for you put on the playlist in the description below. So you must to keep it context for this episode. So right now. So we'll see. So I have to tell you, next year in 2025, next year's New Year's Eve event, we're gonna wear a tuxedo with a blue coat, red vest, and a golden bow tie. Will be inspiring by Disney. Will be a tribute to Disneyland 50th anniversary. As you may don't know why, because we have to investigate it, but because let's tell you a story. Let's do a recap on this. On the first episode, I made a 24 hours until the new year. I'm a creator of 24 hours until the new year, John Good. That's me, because I made the first episode, and I just and it became a sensational hit. On the first episode of the 24 Hours Until the New Year, John and his friends are watching Cat in the Hat, watching Match Game with Gene Rayburn. Fremantle owns the rights about the Match Game with Gene Rayburn. Is currently aired on Buzzer and Game Show Network. On the second episode of our show, Mickey and Minnie and Cat in the Hat are watching college football. And John remembers my father, and John, Chris, and Jane are remembering my father, Richard Good, are having a Christmas party in 2009 at the old late daddy's house. at Laurel, Maryland. And it would be titled Middletown Apartments. So, I just bought Buzz Lightyear toy. It becoming an international. It will be becoming a popular toy from the 90s. And there's a photo with Chris and Jane, and it's so young, and because it's so super popular right now. And for my idea is Chris is reading the card, and it gave thanks to my father. Well, according to this, because my father Richard Good was a huge kindful father because he's silly all the time. On the third episode of our show, we went to the spooky party at my brother's house, which is the pumpkin. We went to the pumpkin patch, and I shopped on pumpkins. So I tried to get a pumpkin. It is not that expensive. It's just a little bit cheap, kind of cheap to buy. And next is the Monday Night Football preview show on JGN, and it would have been aired on television. And there are a matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and also it would be the Chicago Bears. And this is the Monday Night Football preview show is Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. And that's a pretty cool. This is a pretty cool idea to make a JGN Broadcasting live streaming event. It has nothing to do with real events. And on the next and in the next video is the Let's Make a Deal. No, that's not Let's Make a Deal anyway. That's somebody else's own show. Its academic Baltimore version is hosted by Mr. Z himself, David Zarin. David Zarin is a #1 broadcaster and the host of the Science Bowl. Is now on Prince George's County Public Schools television network. Yeah, they will be becoming an international sensation. And they're becoming a localized sensation here in DMV. But in the early years, its academic used to be aired on WJZ. Well, according to this, its academic may not return to WJZ for the recent years. But then a lot of fans that make me angry. They would have updated in its academic studio eventually, because if this next season of its academic, we're gonna cancel its academic in Baltimore, but it's not gonna happen eventually. Well, not really. Hopefully we're gonna. So anyway, let's just next week. So maybe in a few months later, let's hear about the next video of the 24 hours until the new year. Or it was just we're going to put it directly, and we did it Christmas time. I was having a little bad mood of Christmas on December 25th, 2023. And it is not that greater of a show. It's just on the next episode of our show, Cananan and I watched Person Placer Thing. It's a pretty cool game to play. It's hosted by Melissa Peterman. And then he won $5,000 on Person Placer Thing. This time, I'm having a great time here in the Person Placer Thing episode when I'm recording the video. That was going to be so much fun. Canan is very happy around here. And during the kickoff show of JGN's New Year's Eve 2024, it is Patti LaBelle is singing "The House I Live In," but unfortunately, due to its song copyright restrictions, a little bit, because it is not very great of a clip. So let's hear it up and look at the next clip, which is the MLB The Show 23. Excuse me. This is I played it and I tried it. And this is the same commentator for the last one. It took a lot of work to think about this thing. And I forgot this thing. So in JGN's MLB The Showdown, it would be in the next one. So on the next one is the Wheel. John when Mickey watches Wheel of Fortune, and is a very cool game show. It was made by Merv Griffin and Sony. Merv Griffin will do their own rights about game shows. Are like going to make it called Wheel of Fortune, and you can spin a wheel, buy a vowel, and solve the puzzle. That's how to play the game. It's very simple. And the next one is the Ravens versus the Dolphins on a video game, and I recorded a video recently because it's going to be so much fun. And then the next one is that they're starting the coverage of the JGN's New Year's Eve 2024. They rise the Times Square ball. It's awesome. It has to be the hopeful New Year's Eve 2024 event of all time. This could be the greatest ball drop history. So this is only 6 hours away. 6 hours later, the ball has been dropped. The ball's dropped, and a lot of people wanted to celebrate together. But a lot of people are saying this. Disneyland in California are watching the ball drop at Times Square, but they would took a lot of work to do it. And a lot of people they wondering what happened next. It is a happy 2024, and then later, and 1 hour later, the Mickey and Minnie is dancing all night long during the midnight celebration here at Disneyland in California and Disney's California Adventure Park. It is an iconic celebration. So, as you may don't know why, Disneyland is going to be a used format from almost a decade ago. Is watching JGN's. I was like, what is up these format of these outfits? The Disneyland 50th anniversary needed to be celebrating a 100 years of wonder without these final outfits. I love the Disneyland 50th anniversary outfits. It's so fancy. Well, let's talk about this. Chip 'n Dale is wearing a red bow tie, blue bow tie on this because the Chipette is denying of this dress thing because the tortoise dress, but it's not gonna be able to work on it but I tried to make it a costume out of it because it cost millions of dollars for JGN to do this because we have to do their own rights to make a contest. So, but I muted the copyright songs because of it. I don't want to get demonetized on my YouTube channel. But you don't know why. Let's listen to it. That's how it is. It is non-copyright. The special thanks to King Master, the video editing company. Good for them. This don't know why because it is good, but for those who don't know why, and a lot of people are thinking we have to make a Disneyland 50th anniversary outfit. Inspiring outfits from it's based on the Disneyland 50th anniversary outfits. I really hope it's going to be a great one. By the way, because this is what took a lot of dreams to become a kid, to be able to wear a tuxedo boy. But unfortunately, we cannot afford it and to make it in costumes. But it's not very great not very good at that. I prefer skirts, and it has cost millions of dollars to do this because, for my own decision of JGN, because next year on JGN's New Year's Eve 2025, we're going to make a tribute to the Disneyland 50th anniversary outfits, to Disneyland 50th anniversary, the happiest homecoming on Earth. We'll hopefully really soon, I really hope someday, we're going to honor for the past guests for the Disneyland 50th anniversary from 2005 through 2006. from next year. We started a countdown to the West Coast, and the fireworks are going off, and lots of fountains are celebrating, and listen to the Auld Lang Syne right now. So is he really recommended about it, because I'm having a great time here in Disney on the Disneyland 50th on the Disneyland New Year's Eve 2024. So for my prediction, so for next year's New Year's Eve 2025, hopefully in the next series we're gonna wear a Disneyland 50th anniversary inspiring tuxedo with a red vest, gold bow tie, and a blue vest. I mean, not a blue vest, but blue coat. And then I will become a gentleman. Yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of having a lot of fun going on here. But, I'm having the most I'll just tell you. So, let me tell you why. But this year is becoming, because, as you may don't know why. But I'm going to tell you from all of us from JGN's decision, because they denied the NSYNC performance from Bye 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 from Pinocchio due to his copyright restrictions. It's not going to work. So and also I just blank and I just put the black screen because due to its copyright restrictions. It's not a very great and it's not a very good clip. Because in New Year's Eve in Nashville, and it is owned by Paramount Global. But I cannot afford it. We have to took it a lot of work to fix it. So JGN's New Year's Eve 2024 is not a really great grader of that one, because next year's New Year's Eve 2024, next year's New Year's Eve 2025. It's not gonna take place in Times Square the next year. We're gonna do a Disneyland in California, but this is gonna be a lot of dreams to be coming. It's not gonna be a Mickey's shaped Disneyland Times Square ball, because we're gonna do dancing and singing. Maybe we'll do confetti and fireworks, and maybe we're gonna become a celebration kid. And we'll see. We'll Disney, and also we'll find the Disneyland kids who can cheer and scream, like. Yeah, I was just kind of having a lot of fun to go on here. So here's the tips for you guys. So record a video on my phone. Here's the tips for you. So you must record a video on the JGN's New Year's Eve event. So you must. Here's the PSA for you guys. So you must record a New Year's Eve video. Don't look at a ball drama due to the copyright restrictions of the Dick Clark Productions. So and remember, just find a Disneyland live stream about New Year's Eve 2025. Will be coming into the future. So I can't wait to start and can't wait to do that again next year for a 24-hour celebration of the second 24-hour celebration of JGN's New Year's Eve 2025, and I'm just really excited about it. So if you really enjoyed it, subscribe to JGN and my own backup channel. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, America. And remember, we'll see you next season for 24 hours into a new year on December 30th. And will be a premiere date. It will be a premiering date. It will be a premiere date on December 30th, 2023. And remember, Happy New Year from JGN. And I hope we can do that again next year.